From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. And we are bringing you a compilation of classic Thanksgiving programs from the amazing world of radio. These programs were released in between 2019 to 2022, and I hope you enjoy them.
Get ready for unique, rare, and little-known treasures from the golden age of radio. You're listening to The Amazing World of Radio with Adam Graham.
Welcome to The Amazing World of Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, here in the United States, it's almost Thanksgiving, so it's time for a helping of The Amazing World of Radio. And for our Thanksgiving episode, we're going to take a listen to an episode of the Bird's Eye Open House. The original air date is November the 22nd of 1945, and this episode guest stars Groucho Marx.
Bird's Eye Frosted Foods present Bird's Eye Open House, starring Dinah Shore with her special guest, Groucho Marx. And now here's Dinah.
I didn't want to see you again, but I did. I didn't want to phone you again, but I did. I had a certain feeling for you that bothered me. I had to find out what the hidden charm could be. I didn't want to hug you again, but I did. I didn't want to kiss you again, but I did. I must have been too sentimental doing what I did. I didn't want to fall in love, but I did. I must have been too sentimental doing what I did. I didn't want to fall in love, but I did. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hiya, fellows. Oh, I'm fine, and a happy Thanksgiving to all of you. That means you, Robert Emmett Dolan, and our orchestra, and Ken Lane, and our chorus, and all you nice people who are visiting our Bird's Eye Open House this evening. Oh, I didn't mean to exclude you, Harry. How are you?
Oh, fine, and a very thanky Thanksgiving to you, Dinah.
A very what? Well, anyhow, thank you, Harry. You know, this is my favorite holiday.
Oh, mine, too. See, every Thanksgiving Day, I'm bursting with sentiment, brotherly love, conviviality, and stuffing. But, Dinah, who else are you having over for Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, my Aunt Sarah Lou Culpepper is visiting me from Alabama.
Oh.
And I thought maybe Groucho Marx might be a good dinner companion for her. Don't you think so?
Oh, sure. Groucho's coming over, too. Say, where is he?
I don't know, but I wish he'd hurry. See, Groucho told me not to buy a turkey because he's bringing one over.
Groucho is bringing the turkey?
Yeah, I wonder where he is.
Well, I didn't win it that time.
Now, how about another chance on the turkey, Mr. Marx? Only 5 cents, you know.
By all means. But what gets me, Ed, is that there actually are suckers who go into a store and pay $10 or $12 for a turkey when you can step up to a cigar counter and win one on a punch board for a nickel. All right, Ed, I'll take another chance.
Here you are.
Let's see, I think I'll punch this one.
Mr. Marx, congratulations. You've won the turkey.
Oh, I'm always lucky. How much do I owe you?
$153.40. You wait right here, Mr. Marx. I'll bring you your prize.
I still can't understand how a guy in his right mind would go into a store and plunk down $10 or $12 for a turkey. Ah, Groucho Marx, you're a shrewd little rascal, you.
Now, you just stay right where you are, Aunt Sarah Lou. You must be tired from your trip. Just relax while Harry and I finish setting the table.
Thank you, Dinah, honey.
I hope the trip was pleasant.
Well, it would have been pleasant enough if it wasn't for those nasty old customs men. Why, would you believe it? They went through all my luggage, and they even insisted on seeing my little old passport.
Well, but you only came up from little old Birmingham. Where did they go through your luggage and examine your passport?
At the Mason-Dixon line.
There. Now, doesn't the table look nice? Let's see, Harry, you'll sit over here. And I'll sit over here, and Groucho will sit over there. And Aunt Sarah Lou, you'll sit over here.
Yeah, well, gee, I'm hungry. I wish Groucho Marx would get here so we could put that turkey in the oven.
I do, too. Oh, I hope that's him. Well, Groucho, how do you do? It's about time.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but to all of you I say, Noel, Noel. That means Happy Thanksgiving in French.
Well, besame mucho to you.
Come outside and say that.
No. Bad enough to say it in here. You know, in Spanish, Groucho, that means, where is the turkey?
Vonzel, keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt. Never mind. After looking at that shirt, you better take it off. Dinah, I want to present you with the most beautiful turkey you've ever seen.
Well, where is it?
Right here. Hyman, come on in. Wait till you try putting that in the icebox.
Groucho, a live turkey? This is ridiculous. I don't believe it.
You will if you start plucking his tail feathers.
Well, how in the world... You know, this turkey looks like a fellow I used to play pool with in Pawtucket. Well, how in the world did you ever get this turkey over here?
On a streetcar.
Well, didn't you have any trouble?
No, an old lady got up and gave him a seat. She used to be a turkey, too.
Groucho, everything else is cooked. Who's going to kill the turkey?
Dinah. Don't mention the word kill in front of him. It frightens him. And turkey, stop ad-libbing, will you?
You're not kidding. It frightens him. Look at this. This is the first time I ever saw goose pimples on a turkey.
There, now, take it easy, Hyman. Take it easy. Take it easy. Hyman, don't overdo it. Get off your knees. I'm going to eat them later.
Dinah, Charles, you neglected to introduce me to this charming gentleman.
Hyman, stop bowing. She means me.
Oh, Groucho, I'm really sorry. I want you to meet my Aunt Sarah Lou Culpepper. She's from Alabama.
How do you do?
It's a pleasure, ma'am. I'm always proud to meet a daughter of the old suit. After all, I'm a son of the old suit. I come from Florida.
Pensacola?
No, thanks, but I wouldn't mind a drink of 7-Up.
Excuse me, Aunt Sarah Lou, but I've got to settle this. Now, Groucho, how are we going to K-I-L-L the T-U-R-K-E-Y?
She doesn't spell very well either. It's very simple. We'll just C-U-T his H-E-A-D-O-F-F.
All right. You don't have to spell things out in front of me. I don't want any of your old candy anywhere.
Bonzel, if you had 38 more points, you could get out of kindergarten.
Now, boys, please, we've got to do something. The rest of the food is all cooked.
Yeah, and if the cranberry sauce stands much longer, the taste will be killed.
Harry, just a... Harry, you're not...
There's no holding that turkey tonight.
Harry, you're not supposed to say the word kill in front of it.
That's the last time I get a turkey that went to college.
used to worry when you didn't write. Waited for the mailman every day and night. Gee, it's good to kiss you. Feel you close to me. Never knew how lonesome a pair of lips could be. So hold me, hug me, kiss me once more. Hold me, hug me, kiss me like you did before. Gee, it's good to hold you in my arms again. Gee, it's good to kiss you, feel you close to me. Never knew how lonesome a pair of lips could be. So hold me, hug me, kiss me once more. Hold me, hug me, kiss me like you did before. Gee, it's good to hold you in my arms
Groucho, where's Harry?
He's putting Hyman in the kitchen. With that turkey in another room, we might be able to think this thing out.
Oh, Harry. Harry, I hope Herman didn't make any too much trouble about being alone in the kitchen.
Oh, no, not a bit. As a matter of fact, that bird is most cooperative. You know that chestnut dressing you made?
Mm-hmm.
He just stuffed himself with it.
Well, which one of you is going to prepare the turkey for cooking?
Well?
Well, don't look at me. I'm so tender-hearted I feel faint when I cut the pages of a book.
And what about you, Mr. Moore?
Oh, I couldn't. I've learned to love Hyman. He's like a brother to me. As a matter of fact, he does look like Chico. Except there's more white meat on Chico.
Well, it's up to you, Groucho. When I invited you to a Thanksgiving dinner, you promised to supply the turkey. Now...
Well, I did, but I can't help it if I'm not a killer.
Hey, Dinah, I've got an idea. You know, I've got connections.
Well, what about it?
I'll get a mobster from out of town to bump him off.
Oh, Harry, don't be silly.
Oh, and you Yankees call yourselves men. Why, that turkey's neck would have been wrung long ago in Alabama.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
I just want to warn Hyman not to fly south for the winter.
Oh, I'm losing patience. Something's got to be done about that turkey. Now, Groucho, I'm going to give you and Harry 30 seconds to think of something.
I'd love to, Dinah, but I can't think of a thing.
Hold it. Oh, wait a minute, everybody. I'm thinking of something.
What are you thinking about?
Green beans.
Green beans?
Green beans?
Green beans? Green beans?
Bird's eye, quick frozen green beans.
Problem. Walking around in the kitchen.
Donna, honey, I'll settle the whole problem. Gentlemen, to the first man who kills that turkey, I will give a great big kiss.
To the first man who kills that turkey, you will give a great big kiss?
Yes.
Folks, in that kitchen stands a turkey named Hyman, who will be the first turkey on record to live long enough to collect Social Security.
Groucho Marx! I realize you're a Yankee, but even so, I've never seen anything quite as fresh.
Oh, fresh. Just wait till you try those bird's eye stringless beans.
Boy, she walked into that one.
Certainly did. Or any other bird's eye vegetable or fruit. They're the freshest tasting, most perfect food you ever ate. That's because the bird's eye folks really know how to grow and prepare good food. They're so careful, you know. So fussy that you can always be sure of getting perfectly delicious, clean, and uniform food all the time. Believe me, any one of those bird's eye fruits or vegetables would win first prize at a beauty contest.
I can just see it. The scene is Atlantic City. As the cameras are clicking, there sits Miss Stringbean of 1945. Her shapely legs and eyes are crossed, and she's wearing a quick frozen bathing suit.
Yes, and as I wink at her, she gives me the eye.
The bird's eye. I'm going to get in on this racket, too.
Bless your little fat heart.
And my little fat bird's eye.
Yes. Really, folks, if you give your food store's frosted food case the bird's eye, you're going to get some mighty good food. Because you know, if you want the better buy in frosted foods, better buy bird's eye.
Look, fellas, I've just gone through the cookbook again, and it says nothing on how to cook a live turkey. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Oh, if my dear, dear husband, Colonel Blodgett, were only here, he'd know how to handle that turkey.
Your husband, Colonel Blodgett?
Yes, we were married for 20 years. Oh, what a beautiful union. He died a short time ago.
That guy didn't die. He seceded from the Union.
This is the Jerome Kern spot. Tonight, a tune from one score of the innumerable scores he wrote. Lots of couples call it their own song, but it belongs to anybody who's ever been in love. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. Happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you you came all the way up for a Thanksgiving dinner this had to happen. My day is ruined.
Yes, Dinah. Child, I must admit I'm terribly disappointed. This day means a lot to me. Well, I can still remember when I was a little girl, the first Thanksgiving dinner I ate with the grown-ups. Father had the drumstick, Mother had the wing, and I got the turkey neck.
What's that?
I got a turkey neck.
Well, wear a high collar, nobody will notice it.
Well, I
Now,
never...
look, Groucho, that's no way to talk to my aunt.
I can't help it, Dinah. I keep thinking she's your uncle.
Oh, Fop. Enough of this.
Pop, where does it say that in here,
I
huh?
wrote it in right
Oh.
there. F-O-P, Fop. That's a funny word, isn't it? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going in there and finish off that turkey. Somebody's got... Groucho, have you got a hatchet in your pocket?
No, but take this egg. The turkey will hatch it. I'm not responsible for that. The turkey wrote that joke himself.
Oh, Harry, I'm very proud of you. I'm glad there's one man here who has some courage.
Well, thank you, Dinah. Now, I'm a-going into that there kitchen, and when I get finished, that there turkey, he'll be ready for the roasting. I'll be right back.
Well, we'll all be eating soon.
For Hyman's sake, I hope the end comes fast. Well, Hyman's in turkey heaven now. May he rest in pieces. And I wish I'd one of the pieces.
Well,
Thanks, old boy.
Harry, are you finished?
Finished? I'll say I'm finished. The darn turkey threw me 2 falls out of 3.
You should have gotten a half Nelson on his giblets. Or still better, a half giblet on his Nelson. That's a two-way joke. You can have it either way you want.
Gee.
We insure everything around here.
Nobody could handle that turkey. And to think that only yesterday Mr. Krausmeyer, the butcher, wanted to sell me a turkey, and I turned him down.
Dinah, we'll have turkey yet. Give me that phone.
Okay.
Yeah, she dials like a dog, doesn't she? Hello? Oh, no. Hello? Hello, Mr. Krausmeyer. This is Groucho Marx. Have you got a turkey left in the shop that you could sell me? You have one? Weighs 165 pounds? Krausmeyer, take your wife off the scale. Think of your children. And take them off the scale, too. I just want a turkey. All you've got is a live one? Oh, never mind. But just out of curiosity, is it a male turkey or a female? A female? Well, if she's not going steady, I can get her a hot date for Saturday night. Goodbye.
Well?
All right, Dinah, I guess I'll have to go in there and do away with Herman. I feel like a Benedict Arnold, but I'll do it.
Attaboy, Groucho, old man.
But wait a minute, I can't face Herman unless I have a little something to brace me up.
Well, I took the liberty of mixing a bowl of punch.
Sure enough?
You'll find it right there in the kitchen.
Sure enough.
That ought to brace you up. We call it the Southern Magnolia and Honeysuckle Punch.
Sounds good. How's it made?
Well, it's mighty complicated. You take a big bowl, you pour in 5 quarts of bourbon.
What else?
That's all.
Hyman, here I come. Hey, where's that bowl of punch?
Well, I saw it right here on the kitchen table.
Well, the bowl is there, but there's nothing in it.
You're right. The bowl is empty. Aunt Sarah Lou, did you?
Now, how dare you suggest that I would...
Well, I did.
Well, don't look at me. I didn't touch it.
Well, somebody must have drunk it.
I wonder who it could have been.
That's all. A drunken turkey. Groucho, this is the last straw. After all the plans I've made for this Thanksgiving Day dinner, there's nothing for me to do but go in the corner and cry.
Don't talk that way, Dinah. Why, you'll be the envy of every hostess in America.
How?
Today, in millions of homes, people are having plain turkey, stuffed turkey, smoked turkey, baked turkey, and roast turkey.
Yes.
You are the only woman in the United States who has a pickled turkey.
Say, folks, I bet I know what you're going to have for dinner tomorrow night. Turkey. And the next night, and the night after that, and the night after that. Yes, sir, for the next week or so, you're going to get the bird in one way or another. But look, if you want to add a little variety to those turkey meals, how about pepping them up with some of those wonderful Bird's Eye quick frozen vegetables? They're all so good, all so easy to prepare, really a pleasure to serve. So how about getting some tomorrow? Just make sure, though, that the packages you pick say Bird's Eye clear as anything on the label. Because there are many brands of frosted foods, but only one Bird's Eye. Only Bird's Eye gives you that famous Bird's Eye garden freshness. That Bird's Eye uniform top quality every time. So for the better buy in frosted foods, better buy Bird's Eye.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, come you sinners, gather round. Hallelujah, hallelujah, all you sinners I have found. A land where the weary forever are free. Come you sinners and just follow me. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river. Wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. We're heading across the river. Wash your sins in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles and just get happy. Better chase all your cares away. Hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Get ready for the judgment day. Get ready for the judgment day. Thanks, Groucho Marx. We had a lot of fun, and you're always welcome. And, folks, that makes for curtain time for now. Hope you enjoyed our Bird's Eye Open House offering so much tonight that you'll all be back with us at the same time next week when our guest will be Alan Ladd. Girls, please. In the meanwhile, keep well, keep happy, and keep those war bonds. Night, everybody.
Say, friends, next Thursday, tune in a half hour earlier to hear from our good friends George Burns and Gracie Allen, along with Meredith Wilson and Bill Goodwin. That's a half hour before our Bird's Eye Open House, starring Dinah Shore, with our special guest, Alan Ladd. Along with Robert Emmett Dolan, his orchestra, Ken Lane, the four hits, the chorus, and me, too. Groucho Marx can soon be seen in the Marx Brothers picture, Adventure in Casablanca. Bird's Eye Open House, starring Dinah Shore, is written by Howard Harris and Sid Zelinka.
Speak for Gaines. A wise dog owner will nourish every inch of a dog with Gaines. Gaines, because Gaines' complete meal contains meat meal, vegetables, cereals, Everything dogs are known to need for strong, sturdy bodies and red-blooded vitality. That's why Gaines Dog Mail has been a favorite with veterinarians for over 16 years. Feed your dog Gaines today. He'll speak. Speak for Gaines. America's largest selling dog food.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back. Well, good singing by Dinah Shore, as always. Really a great voice and one of the best beloved female singers during the golden age of radio. As for the plot of the episode, it's honestly a bit hackneyed. And it was one of those plots that was done quite a bit during the golden age of radio and even to the start of television, with the idea somebody buys a live turkey for Thanksgiving dinner and how or who is going to kill it. And this continued, like I said, into TV for decades hence. Though over radio, you could be a bit more silly about it because, you could have somebody impersonating the turkey. You could give it all sorts of personality, and you didn't have to worry about how are we going to train the turkey. We're going to have to pay turkey trainers for this episode. So it could be even more silly. But I still think the episode works just because of Groucho Marx. Even though, like I said, it's a pretty standard plot line. Groucho's delivery, his ad-libs, he just really makes it come alive. And so he takes a story that's, like I said, incredibly standard and just makes it a lot of fun. And everyone else does a decent job supporting them, including Harry Von Zell. And you get an idea from this episode, something that you miss on most of the detective programs, just how involved the announcer could really be in the radio programs. When it comes to comedies, the announcer could be, in fact, a character in the story, and could work the commercials into the actual plot of the episode. And that one is always an interesting thing to hear. I think that Bill Goodwin on the Burns and Allen radio program, in particular, though he also worked for Bob Hope, but on Burns and Allen, that was his major program. He was just the master of that, and just a lot of fun in his delivery. But Harry Von Zell is right up there. All right, listener comments and feedback, and we have an email from Kim, who she writes in regarding our last episode of the Summer of Angela Lansbury, Cashel Byron's Profession. What a charming story. Thank you so much for playing it. I'd never heard of it, and it would have been a real shame to have never come across it. Loved Angela Lansbury and Dan O'Herlihy and the Shaw story entirely. It was my favorite of all the Summer of Angela Lansbury shows. Thanks again. Well, thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate your comment and glad you enjoyed that episode. And that will actually do it for now. Join us back here around Christmas time, where we will bring you some Christmas old-time radio programs that I think you'll enjoy. And to all of my U.S. listeners, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. We're going to bring you our Thanksgiving special of the amazing world of radio. And for that, we're going to turn to Heartbeat Theater. Some people have an idea that after September 30th of 1962, that audio drama in the United States went away. That's traditionally the date given for the end of the golden age of radio. Well, that's not the case. There has not been a week that there hasn't been at least one radio drama episode released, and sometimes multiple audio dramas. What September 30th, 1962 marked was the end of network radio programs that had been airing since radio drama's heyday in the United States. Some of the chief producers of radio drama since 1962 have been religious organizations. We played you an episode of The Eternal Light, which, while not from after 1962, the program did carry radio drama after the end of the golden age of radio. And we're going to bring you an episode of Heartbeat Theater. Heartbeat Theater was produced by the Salvation Army and aired throughout the country starting in 1956 and continuing all the way till 1985. Heartbeat Theater really focused strongly on the work and efforts of the Salvation Army rather than a particular theological perspective. And throughout its run, it continued to have a lot of Hollywood actors come in and perform episodes, including many that appeared during the golden age of radio. Well, today's episode originally aired November 24th, 1963, and the title is John Ball's Thanksgiving.
Welcome, everyone, to Heartbeat Theater. This is the sound of trouble. It will strike relentlessly with unerring accuracy at all men everywhere in the world sometime in their life. To meet this challenge, wherever it strikes, whatever its nature, an ever-vigilant corps of men and women stand ready to do battle, the soldiers of the Salvation Army, with heart to God and hand to man. From Hollywood, the Salvation Army presents Heartbeat Theater, stories of the widespread, vital, and necessary work of the dedicated men and women of this worldwide organization. This is your host, C.P. McGregor, inviting you to be our guest for the next half hour. Our story this week is concerned with an ideal. Now, an ideal is not something to put on a pedestal and admire from a distance. It's usually a clear-cut, workable, practical way to get something accomplished. Our story is a Thanksgiving story. Ideally, Thanksgiving is a unique American holiday during which we raise our voice in thanks to Almighty God for His many blessings. But how many of us actually do this? And if not, why not? We may find some answers in our story, John Ball's Thanksgiving, written by Robert Mackenzie and starring Victor Rodman as John Ball, with Bill Idelson as Davy. Here's Act One of John Ball's Thanksgiving.
Howdy. Yeah, beautiful day, ain't it? My name's John Ball. I'm a walker. Well, some folks would call me a bum, a tramp, but that ain't really the way of it. I work for my living. Just never could settle down to working the same job in the same place all year round. Nothing wrong with that now, is there? Come on, walk along with me and we'll talk some. Yeah. You ever do much walking? Best thing in the world for you. Good exercise and you'll see things you've never seen before. I got a job waiting for me the other side of those hills over there, so we'll cut across through those woods there and save about 5 miles extra walking. Gotta hop over this fence here. Make it all right? Good. Yep, I've walked all over the country. I do chores, odd jobs, men things, tell a story, sing a song now and then, earn myself a meal and a bed for the night. Yeah, I've met all kinds of people, done all kinds of work, and had more fun the last 50 years than any other 10 people I know. I lived a fuller life, too. Kind of life I think the good Lord meant me to live. Listen to them leaves under your feet, snapping and crackling. I bet you ain't walked through autumn leaves since you was a kid, have you, huh? There's a fine, cheerful sound to 'em, like they're saying, welcome home. Hey, look back there, at the road. Look at that fella go. Going so fast he'll miss everything. Come on down this way. There's a little stream we got to cross. That's the trouble with a lot of people these days. They go too fast. Always on the move. They don't give themselves a chance to sit and do a little thinking now and then. They really don't know what life's really like. Now, you look at all we got right here. Blue sky, birds singing, grass and trees and leaves, and nice warm sun, little breeze blowing through the pines, making the whole world smell like a Christmas tree. Listen to that wind for a moment. Smell the air. How long since you heard that sound, huh? And then you take that fellow that roared down the road just now. Why, he's going so fast he's going to miss all this. He don't even know it's here. He started out somewhere just like you. And he'll likely come to a stop somewhere. But in between, there's nothing. And that's too bad. Because the in-between, it's the only thing that counts. Here's that stream I told you about. Pretty, ain't it? Good water, too. Have a swallow? Oh, boy. You don't find that kind of water in the city. No siree. Okay, we'll cross over them rocks there. You're a little slippery, so watch your step. I told you to watch your step. You're out of practice. Well, you just got your shoe wet. There's no harm done. Yeah, let's sit for a while. Take your shoes off. Stick your feet in the water, Toss some rocks. How long has it been since you chunked rocks in the river and gave yourself a chance to think, huh? Yeah, it makes a nice sound, doesn't it? Now, you take this time of year, November. Leaves are turning color, dropping off the trees. Wind's got a little bite to it. Winter ain't far off. Crops are being harvested. Thanksgiving time. Dear. Year's almost done. Good time for folks to take stock of themselves. Figure up what the year's brought them. Thank the good Lord for all the good things He's brought them. And how much they brought to Him. People used to know how to do that once. Not many take the time anymore. Haven't got the time, they say. Well, most of them have got the time. They just don't know what to do with it. You know, sitting here tossing rocks brings a story to my mind. Just about what we're discussing. Happened about 3 years ago, day before Thanksgiving. I've been walking all the morning, and along about noon I come to a stream, just about like this. Well, hello there, young fella. Mind if I join you? I've been walking all morning. Feet are kind of tired.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I walked almost 12 miles this morning.
Yeah?
Time to rest. My feet.
Well, I don't have anything.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I got my own food in my sack. Maybe you'd like some of mine.
No. Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful day, ain't it?
What's beautiful about it? Probably rain before night.
Well, what's wrong with a little rain? Cleans everything off. Freshens up the air. Little rain's a good thing to have.
Glad you like it.
Kind of fun tossing rocks, ain't it, huh? I do it myself quite a bit. Gives a fellow a chance to think, you know, kind of relax. Take it easy.
Huh.
What's your name, son? Mine's Ball, John Ball.
David Tucker.
Yeah, glad to know you, David. Tucker, huh? Seems to me I remember some Tuckers around these parts. I come through here about every 3 years or so. Tucker, Yes. Your place is just across the river, the other side of these woods, ain't it?
Now, how'd you know?
Yeah, that's right. I did some work for your dad the last time I was through. I fixed a hole in the barn and mended some busted fences. Yes, sir. Now I remember. You was about 10 or 12 then. All arms and legs and busting out of your jeans. You cut your finger on a saw one day trying to help me. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Well. Small world, ain't it? Seems to me your ma was ailing at the time. She's better now, I imagine, huh?
Yeah, she's better now.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, you've grown some since then. Just about a man now, eh, Davy?
Yeah, just about.
I bet you're looking forward to tomorrow, ain't you?
Huh?
Thanksgiving, all that good food.
Oh, yeah.
You, having big doings at your place tomorrow?
No, nothing special.
Why, sure it's special, son. Don't matter how much you got on the table. It's the spirit of the day that makes the difference. Counting up your blessings and thanking the good Lord for them.
Look, I gotta go.
Well, it's all right with you. I'll go back with you. I'll see if your dad needs any work done.
Don't bother.
Huh?
We couldn't pay you. Couldn't even put you up. And anyway, I'm not going back.
Not going back?
Well, why should I? Nothing to go back to but a broken-down old farm. My folks breaking their necks to make ends meet. Most of the time, they can't even do that. We haven't even got enough food in the house.
Well, Davy, I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe with a little help
Help?
you could...
We've been living on help for the last year.
Oh?
Charity's more like it. The only reason we've been able to eat is because other people bring us food.
Oh, really?
Bring us food. Yeah, we can't even grow our own food.
Oh.
Well, I'm tired of living on handouts.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Davy. I think you got this help thing a little mixed up, ain't you? These ain't handouts. You ain't living on charity. It's just
Well, I don't know what else you
could.
could call it. Maybe my folks haven't got any pride left, but I do.
I wouldn't say that.
We can't ever pay those people back, never. And yesterday, the Salvation Army came around with a turkey and all the fixings for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
Oh?
Yeah. They said they heard we were in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Well, it'll be a cold day before I eat any more of other people's food.
Oh, no.
You said I was just about a man. Well, mister, I'm man enough to make my own way in this world, and I'm starting right now.
So ends the first act of John Ball's Thanksgiving, starring Victor Rodman and Bill Idelson. Thanksgiving was meant to be a time of remembrance, a time for serious thought and sober summing up, a time for heartfelt thanks to God for His many and manifold blessings to all. May we suggest that each of you take a few minutes out this Thanksgiving and have a good look at your bank balance of life. Check the deposits and withdrawals, the balance of what you have given as against that which you have received. For, like any bank account, you only get out of life what you put into it. And then, just before you sit down to that marvelous dinner, bursting with color and redolent with the fragrance of good cooking, give thanks to God not only for the meal, but for everything large or small that you've received this year. And may we, along with the men and women of the Salvation Army, wish you a really meaningful Thanksgiving. Now, starring Victor Rodman and Bill Idelson, here is Act 2 of John Ball's Thanksgiving.
Before you go, Davy, you given any thought to what you're going to do?
I'll find something.
Oh, I expect you will. But will it be the right thing?
Don't matter. I'll be making my own way.
You know, a lot of people have said that, Davy, and ended up being awful sorry about what they settled for. What about your folks, Davy? What are they going to think?
Well, it don't matter. Just be one less mouth to feed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned mouths to feed reminded me I'm hungry. I think I got a couple of sandwiches here. Yeah, here they are. Want one?
No, thanks.
Well, man's got to make his way. He's got to eat, you know. That's good. Roast beef.
I'm not taking any more handouts.
Oh, now, this ain't a handout, Davy. I just like company while I eat. Of course, you know what you want.
Well...
I thought so. Here. Davy.
Huh?
You ever given much thought to Thanksgiving? What it's about? Why we have it?
Just another day.
Oh, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. I suppose people have been celebrating Thanksgiving for a long, long time. Of course, they didn't always call it that, but every year, along about harvest time and all the crops was in, put away for the winter, people usually take the time to say, "Thank you, God." Got started here when the Pilgrims brought in their first harvest. You know the story. You heard it in school. You probably heard, too, that except for what you'd call a handout, the Pilgrims would have had a pretty thin winter.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, the Indians brought in a lot of food for them. Corn, wild fowl, things like that. Probably brought the first turkey to the first Thanksgiving dinner. So now, there's the first American Thanksgiving dinner, helped by a handout. Well, You see anything wrong with that?
Oh, no.
Now, you take the Salvation Army you mentioned a few minutes ago, people that got you all riled up with their gift. You called it a handout. Well, now, these are a great bunch of people, Davy, and I've seen their work time and again. I've helped them once in a while when I could. And they've helped me more than once. If you think that what they brought you was a handout, you should have seen what they were handed in 1917 in the trenches. I was there. I seen it. Coffee and donuts. Right up there in the front lines where the shells and bullets thick as fleas. And let me tell you, there wasn't nobody so proud that they turned them down.
Oh, well, that's different.
No, it ain't, Davy.
But it ain't right, living on charity. If a man can't do for himself, why should others do for him?
Davy, let's get a few things straight, huh? Charity is just an old-fashioned word for love. And there ain't nothing finer in the world than that. And when your ma was sick, you did everything you could to make her better. Because you loved her. When your dad took to help his neighbors offered him, it was because he wanted to help your ma and you. Because he loved you. Now, how's that any different from your neighbors helping you? They're just following the good book. Love your neighbors yourself. They know darn well you do the same for them. Now, ain't that right?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Right then. Well, with us, David, there's so many people busy asking God for things that they never take the time to thank Him for things, too. And Thanksgiving is a fine day to take the time to do just that. You think about it for just a minute, you'll find 1,000 things to thank God for. Thank Him for good neighbors and friends, for folks like the Salvation Army who gave you a hand when you needed it. No strings attached. Thank Him for your good health, and your ma's and your dad's. Thank Him for living in this great America of ours, for being able to go to school and learn enough to be whatever you want to be. And thank Him for a country where if you don't do so good one year, you can try again the next. And keep on trying if you have to. And Davy, while you're at it, thank Him for all this you see around you, this wonderful, beautiful land of ours. It's really His, you know. All of it. We're just renting it free. And thank Him for love, because without it, life just wouldn't be worth living. Now, would it, Davy?
No, sir, I guess it'd be pure misery without it.
Davy, if you've learned that much today, you've learned more than most men. And you're just starting out. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Clouding up. Guess you were right, Davy.
First thing I've been right about in quite a while. Mr. Ball, it's going to be pretty wet in a minute. I don't know how far we can stretch it, but I know the folks would like to see you again. And I'd sure appreciate it if you could see your way clear to sharing Thanksgiving with us tomorrow.
Davy boy, I'll not only accept your invitation with pleasure, but I'll bet that I can beat you back to your place. Come on. Well, it's not a great story, but makes a part, huh? Folks would just stop making a lot of noise and fuss, stop worrying about how fast they're going, start worrying about where and why they're going. Life would be a whole lot easier for all of us. Now, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's my last rock. Judging from the sun there, it's time for me to get moving again. Coming any further this way? No? Well, been nice talking with you. Hope you had a good time. Can you find your way back? Good. Now watch them rocks now. Don't get wet all over again. Yeah, I'll be around another 3 years. You're in the neighborhood. Look me up. We'll take us another little walk. So long. God bless you.
With Victor Rodman starring as John Ball and Bill Idelson as Davy, you have heard the final act of John Ball's Thanksgiving. Be sure to be with us again next week for another Heartbeat Theater story, a presentation of the Salvation Army. Heartbeat Theater is produced in Hollywood and is broadcast overseas by the Armed Forces Radio Service. Until next week, this is your host, C.P. McGregor, saying thanks for listening and have a happy week ahead.
Welcome back. I can imagine that some of our Canadian listeners might have wondered a little bit about that whole uniquely American take on Thanksgiving, because of course they have their own Thanksgiving celebrations there in October, though the history of their Thanksgiving is obviously different than ours. I think that this was actually a pretty good production, and it really does come down to the performance by the lead, because Victor Rodman is able to really capture this sort of folksy charm with the way that John Ball is portrayed. And if that portrayal isn't just right, it can, I think, just come across as overly preachy. But I think it works here, and certainly provides a powerful thought, and a reminder of what I think a lot of people believe in their hearts should happen at Thanksgiving, but sometimes with everything going on can be forgotten. I did find it interesting that John Ball it's really hard to describe. I know when I write the description of the episode, it's probably going to sound a bit off, because essentially what he described himself as is a drifter, which I think in our society in the 21st century, we definitely do have that association that's pretty negative with that. I think if I write the show notes with something like migrant worker, that I'm probably not capturing the sense of it either. All right, well, now we do turn to some listener comments and feedback, and this is regarding our Abraham Lincoln series. And he writes in regarding the episode with Malice Towards None. Hi, Adam. I'm driving to work and listening to Malice Towards None. Actually, I'm no longer driving because I'm writing you. You mentioned that it was originally broadcast on February 12th in the 1950s. Today's youngsters only get President's Day off, so they may not be aware that February 12th was Lincoln's birthday. So this was a special episode which was sent out to the world on Lincoln's birthday. Thank you for this excellent episode. Were there sound recording devices of any kind when Lincoln was alive? I don't know the timeline of that. To my mind, Massey is Lincoln's voice. Okay, well, thanks so much for the comment and the question mark. I think, well, first of all, there's not actual recording of Lincoln's voice, and I think Massey is really as close as we'll get to an approximation, since he based his performance off of getting feedback from someone who had actually heard Lincoln speak when he first started playing Lincoln back in the 1930s. As for President's Day, I will, I guess, be somewhat controversial and say I am not a fan of that particular holiday at all, or that particular construing of the holiday. For the federal holiday, it is actually still known as Washington's birthday, but several states, including sadly my own, have named it President's Day. And I really do think that Washington and Lincoln, you might make the case for one or two others, are truly worth celebrating for the difference they made in our country. There are a whole lot of presidents, not ones that are necessarily bad, but some that are just, unremarkable in the long-term impact on history. There are some states that do Washington, Lincoln Day, and other sort of ways of kind of identifying which presidents we might be celebrating. But yeah, that's, not a good situation, though I do understand from a practical standpoint why they're, might want to avoid having a bunch of school holidays in February. And then we have a couple of emails here from Joan. She writes, I'm thoroughly enjoying this series. It is informative, and Raymond Massey portrays Mr. Lincoln very well. Thank you so much for bringing this series to us. And she writes specifically regarding the episode The Lonesome Train. And she says she found it very good. They were talking about the Copperheads. Who or what or were they? And the answer to that is the Copperheads were Northerners who sided with the Confederacy and were against the Civil War. There were many different levels of Copperheads, including some who just called for an end of the war. There were others whose activities included helping out the Confederates and encouraging Union soldiers to desert. And she notes that Raymond Massey was actually a Canadian actor born in Toronto, and his brother was the 18th Governor General Canada and was also born in Toronto. And he served for 7 years as Governor General, which is the Queen's representative in Canada. So thanks so much, Joan. That's some interesting facts about Raymond Massey and his brother. All right, well, that will actually be all for now. We will be back with another episode of The Amazing World of Radio. We'll be back on December 20th for our Christmas episode. Well, it is American Thanksgiving tomorrow, and we're going to celebrate with an episode of a really fun and unique program that's got a bit of Thanksgiving flavor to it. It's the Durante and Moore Show, starring Jimmy Durante and Garry Moore. The original air date is November the 22nd, 1946, and this one is Thanksgiving Pilgrim.
Good health to all from Rexall.
Hello, Rexall Drug Program. Garry Moore speaking.
Hello, Garry. This is Jimmy.
Jimmy Durante, where are you?
I'm trying to get to the studio on time. I passed 3 red lights, went the wrong way up a one-way street, drove over the sidewalk and did a solid 50 miles an hour down Sunset Boulevard.
But, Jimmy, they can put you in jail for that.
Where do you think I'm calling from?
Yes, from Hollywood, it's The Nose and the Haircut. Jimmy Durante and Garry Moore, with Suzanne Ellers, Roy Borge and his orchestra, and yours truly, Howard Petrie. Brought to you by 10,000 Rexall drugstores, who carry the complete line of top-quality Rexall drug products. Ladies and gentlemen, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, a holiday started by the Pilgrims who gave thanks when they landed on Plymouth Rock. But now we bring you a young man who would give thanks if he could just land in old Plymouth. And here he is, Garry Moore.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friends, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I wish you a very happy November the 22nd. And before we do anything else tonight, we're going to hold the grand drawing for our annual turkey raffle. Now, of course, we all understand that if the person with the winning number is not in the audience tonight, the turkey automatically becomes mine. Now, I draw the number out of the hat, and it is number 64709.
64709! I got it! 64709!
Better luck next year. Now, getting on with the program here, excuse me. Hello?
Hey, Mr. Moore, it is true, isn't it, that on Thanksgiving Day people eat turkeys?
Why, of course.
I told you had it wrong, you crazy turkey. Let go of my leg.
You know how I'm going to have that telephone taken out of here? Last night I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, and a voice said, "Pardon me, what radio program are you listening to?" I said, "Radio program? I'm sound asleep." She said, "Oh, the Durante and Moore show, eh?" Personally, I considered that very, very rude. I did.
Well, Gary, it seems to me that nobody is as courteous nowadays as they used to be.
What? Why, Suzanne Ellers. Bless your little Emily Post. And I agree with you, too, Suzanne. You know, in the old days, if a gentleman was walking along with a lady and they came to a mud puddle, right away he'd take off the coat and spread it over the puddle. And after the lady walked across, she'd say,
"Thank you, Herman, but next time let's use your coat."
It was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Gary, why don't you give the folks a few pointers on etiquette?
Well, let's take what we were just talking about here, walking on the sidewalk. Now, when walking to a football game, the gentleman always walks 2.5 paces behind his mother-in-law.
Well, why 2.5 paces?
In football, that's the regulation distance for a place kick. And you know, Suzanne, ladies can be pretty rude sometimes, too, especially when they keep people waiting on streetcars while they rummage through their purses.
Well, don't look at me, Gary. My purse is never crowded.
It isn't, eh? Let me peek into your purse here for a minute. Now, a bag of marbles, an electric toaster, your boyfriend's picture, your boyfriend. And my goodness, Suzanne, what is this? Gee whiz. You know, those helicopters can take off from any place, can't they? Hi-ho, maybe etiquette isn't too necessary anyway. But besides, here's the guy who proves my point, Jimmy Durante, in person.
You've got to start off each day with a song. Now, even when things go wrong, you'll feel better, you'll even look better. I'm here to stop the music, stop the music. My orchestration calls for a cowbell, not a cow. Now for my second number, I'll sing. Mammy, Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west. California's sunshine. The only sunshine in the world guaranteed to shrink a shirt.
Oh, Snodge, you are in fine voice tonight.
Thank you, Junior. And that was only on one tonsil, which I inherited from my pater.
Your pater?
Yeah, you know, my brother.
Oh, your brother.
Who did you think he was, my old man? But that is neither sand, burr, nor dew. For your edification, Junior, I just got back from Washington where I spent 2 days in secret session with the president.
Ooh, a crisis?
Yes, a critical crisis. We called in the Secretary of the Navy, the Secretary of War, the Army engineers, and the greatest scientific minds in the country, but it was no use. Even they couldn't figure out how to stop the leak in my swimming pool. Why, they poured more concrete in my pool than they got in Boulder Don.
James, you mean Boulder Dam?
Watch your language, Mr. Moore. After all, this program is being shortwaved to pickets.
Jimmy, is that why you went down to Washington to discuss your swimming pool?
Not exactly. Mr. Truman had a few problems of his own.
Oh.
When I arrived, he was putting an oil burner in the basement, a wood burner in the kitchen, an electric heater in the bedroom, and a gas heater in the bathroom.
Well, what's the idea of all that?
Harriet's going to be warm this winter no matter what John L. Lewis does. But you know, I wasn't in Washington over 5 minutes when the president created a new cabinet post for me. He appointed me minister without portfolio.
Minister without portfolio?
Yeah, how do you like that? A big country like this, and they can't even afford to buy me a briefcase. An important man like me has to carry his lunch in his back pocket.
Well, Snodds, I suppose as minister without portfolio, you have to handle some of the government's crucial problems.
That's right. For instance, last week the president of the Fruit Growers Association complained to me that the climate of California is no good for growing bananas.
He said that the climate of California is no good for growing bananas?
Yeah. How could the guy look me in the face and say that? What does he think this is, holding up my glasses, a kumquat?
Wait a minute, I'll take it, Jim. Hello? Yeah, he's here. Who is it, please? Oh, my goodness, just a moment, Your Worship. Jimmy, the Duke of Windsor wishes to speak to you.
Does it sound like a touch? Never mind if it is. He's good for it. Give me the phone. Hello, Duke. I got everything arranged for your trip to Hollywood with the Duchess. What? Living quarters? Don't worry about it. I got you the bridal suite. That's right, at the Pismo Beach Motel. Is it a good place? Are you kidding? You get a towel each. Now tell me your plans. What do you and the Duchess want to do when you get here? What? Oh, no. We have too many of those husband and wife programs already. What's that? Pip, pip, cheerio. Thank you, and a Yorkshire pudding to you, too.
Jimmy, you're arranging the Hollywood trip for the Duke and Duchess of Windsor?
A logical choice, after all, Junior. On my last trip to England, you know, the continent.
Yes.
I mingled with all kinds of royalty. Counts and their countesses, dukes and their duchesses, and marquises and their moccasins.
No, Jim, not moccasins.
Well, what is the right word?
Marchioness. You see, le consort d'un marquis est une marchioness. C'est la forme subjonctive, past participle, de la verbe plus perfect, et dans tous les mots, c'est statistique et bien connu.
How do you like that? Ask a guy a question and he joins the Foreign Legion. Tell me, Garry, where do you pick up these fascinating bits of useless trivia?
In the Encyclopedia Britannica, Jimmy. It's a wonderful book. Haven't you ever read it?
No. I'm waiting for them to make a picture out of it. But, Junior, I got a million of them. But, Junior, where do you see the banquet I'm planning for the Duke and Duchess? 15 pheasants, 25 venisons, 30 grouse, 50 grouse, and a gross of grease. Grease is the feminine of grouse. Following that, a mongoose on the half shell, and as my piece de resistance, curry of Tootsie Roll. But there's one thing that worries me about the banquet, Junior. What do you do with the olive pits? Do you swallow them or do you hold them in your mouth until you get home?
Jim, there's only one thing to do with olive pits. You take them in your hand, and when no one is looking, you quietly sneak them into the cuff of your trousers.
But suppose it's a formal affair and I'm wearing knickers. Wait a minute, Junior, I've got it. I know what I'll do. I'll hold the olive pits in my right hand, and when the Duke shakes hands with me to say good night,
yes,
I let go.
Oh, wait a minute, Jim. Are you sure you're the right man for this job?
Don't worry about me, Junior. Why, I've mingled with nobility all my life. The last time I was in England, the king wanted to make me Knight of the Garter, and the queen wanted to make me Knight of the Bath. Naturally, I refused.
Jimmy, the king wanted to make you Knight of the Garter, and the queen wanted to make you Knight of the Bath, and you refused?
Yeah. I didn't mind putting on his garter, but a guy's got to draw the line somewhere. Now you know that you can't go wrong. Why you just follow the song.
You can always be sure it's Durante and Moore when you hear a tremendous ovation. And that applause means it's time to pause for Rexall identification.
Rexall is the name of a complete line of top-quality drug products. Yes, Rexall is the name of a complete line of fine drug products sold exclusively in your Rexall drugstores. There is a Rexall drug product for every health need. For aspirin, take Rexall. For vitamins, take Rexall. For a mouthwash, take Rexall. Learn to insist upon Rexall for reliability. The name Rexall is your constant guarantee of safe, sure, pure drug products. The finest that science and pharmaceutical skill can produce. So remember,
to be safe, to be sure that the product is pure when you're buying a drug preparation. Take the clerk to task, step right up and ask for Rexall identification.
good health to all from Rexall.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Howard Petrie, a man whom Don't laugh. Remember, I'm reading from a carbon copy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Howard Petrie, a man of whom we're very proud because of his famous uncle. We all know that Thomas Edison invented the electric light, but Mr. Petrie's uncle is the one who showed him how to turn it off.
Wait a a minute, Jimmy. Can you prove that?
I sure can. Here's a picture of him right in front of the town tavern. And he's out like a light.
Well, I've never been one to look down my nose at other people's inventions, Jim, but I should just like to call attention to one of my own ancestors, Casanova Moore, a man who invented a device that has since become the very backbone of our social civilization. It was my great-great-great-great-grandfather who first invented the kiss. There's no sense in your hanging around, madam. My uncle's been dead 200 years.
So what? No man is perfect.
So your uncle invented a kiss, huh, Junior?
Yes, he did.
Well, tell us about it. Meanwhile, I shall bury my head in the razor's edge and listen with a sharp mind.
Well, friends, my uncle, Casanova Moore, was born in England in the year 1525. And up till that time, the kiss had never been thought of. In order to show their love in those days, couples engaged in a form of affection called dipple-dipling. Now, to dipple-dipe, a man put his arm around his girl, gently stroked her lovely hair, looked tenderly into her eyes, and slapped her in the face with a wet herring. Yes, every night my uncle's sweetheart would raise her little face to his and say,
Oh, Casanova, before you leave me, give me just one more dipple-dive.
Very well, my dearest.
Oh, Casanova, the boneless kind.
But somehow, the more Casanova dipple-diped, the less it seemed like the fulfillment of love's young dream. So then and there, he determined to invent some new kind of embrace. And his first invention he called schmoose-crofting. Now, in schmoose-crofting, the boy would cover his girl's face with brushless shaving cream and blow bits of confetti at her. But this was no good. Every evening she would end up with her face looking like the floor of the Brown Derby on New Year's Eve. Then he tried another idea, and this he called twack-noodling. Now, twack-noodling sounds like fun, doesn't it? Twack-noodling was really the most daring idea of them all. The boy and girl would sit on the Davenport, turn out the lights, and then whisper into each other's ears, Artie Shaw. But the world wasn't ready for Uncle Casanova's inventions, so to keep body and soul together, he took a temporary job in a local factory as a pickle taster. And after tasting pickles for 3 years, one day he turned to the girl at the next bench and said, Come here a minute, Mabel.
What is it, Casanova?
There's only one pickle left, and I want to get home to my experiments. Let's taste this last one together.
All right. You start at one end, and I'll start at the other.
Little did Casanova suspect that his lifelong ambition was about to be realized. Faster and faster, they ate towards the center of the pickle. Their lips came closer and closer until finally Casanova bit past his half and... Climbing down from the chandelier, Casanova knew that this was what he'd been looking for. He had invented the kiss. So bounding out of the pickle factory, he dashed down the street, kissing every girl he met up with.
Yeah, are you sure you got the right party?
Realizing that he was wasting his time with the little man, he decided to take his idea to the top. So he called on the King of England, Henry VIII. Confronting him, he said, Your Majesty, you don't look well. What's the trouble?
I'm feeling mighty low.
Here was Casanova's chance. Quickly, he said, Your Majesty, I have invented a thing called the kiss. Try it once on Anne Boleyn and see what it does to you. So Henry grabbed Anne Boleyn, puckered up, and... Well, King Henry, how do you feel now?
Give me 5 minutes more. Only 5 minutes more.
And so, with King Henry VIII's endorsement, the kiss took its rightful place in the English way of living. And I am proud to say that I have inherited my uncle's proficiency in the art. But just the other day, as I was walking down the street, a man looked at me, and I distinctly heard him say, "Boy, get a load of that kisser."
Thank you, Mr. Moore, for that erudite discussion of osculation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, going from the carbon copy to the one in bold type, our charming chanteuse, Suzanne Ellis, a little lady with pipes of solid gold. I should know. I got a plumber's cart. How are you, Susie?
Hiya, Jimmy. And thank you for that lovely introduction. But when it comes to singing, I bow to the master. How do you get those mellow tones in your voice?
That's a Durante secret, Susie, but I'll let you in on it. Every morning I swab my throat with a concoction consisting of 2 parts cayenne pepper, a jigger of creosote, a dash of chemtune, and a 1.5 pounds of grated garlic.
And does that make you sing?
After that, you gotta sing. If you don't open your mouth, you suffocate. Sing, Susie, sing.
For you, for me, forevermore, it's bound to be forevermore. It's plain to see we found by finding each other the love we waited for. I'm yours, you're mine, and in our hearts the happy ending starts. What a lovely world this world will be, with a world of love in store. For you, for me, forevermore. I'm yours, you're mine, and in our hearts the happy ending starts. What a lovely world this world will be, with a world of love in store. For you, for me,
Yes, it's good health to all from Rexall. Listen.
For goodness sake, when you've a tummy ache, deep in your solar plexus, you really should find out how good
Ho, 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 ho.
this Rexall Bismarex is. B-I-S-M-A-R-E-X, Rexall Bismarex.
That's right, friends. An acid stomach condition by any other name can feel just as uncomfortable. And whether you call it indigestion, dyspepsia, or heartburn, you'll find the prompt relief you need as well as the prolonged relief you want with Rexall Bismarex. Because Rexall Bismarex contains not 1, but 4 laboratory-approved alkalizing antacids. 1 fast-acting alkalizer and 3 slow-acting alkalizers. That's why Rexall Bismarex not only relieves your discomfort promptly, but continues the acid-neutralizing effect for a prolonged period. Just mix 1 or 2 teaspoonfuls in a glass of water and drink. It's a pure peppermint pleasure. Remember, only a Rexall drugstore can sell you
B-I-S-M-A-R-E-X, Rexall Bismarex.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in accordance with time-honored custom, we present our special Thanksgiving opera as performed by that magnificent vocal group, the Durante and Moore, G-Clef, Coffee Clatch, and Culture Choir.
In this opera, ladies and gentlemen, I sing for 2 consecutive hours without taking a breath.
Oh, now, wait. How can you sing for 2 hours without taking a breath?
Storage tank in my nose.
Well, in any event, in this Thanksgiving opera, friends, Mr. Durante will appear as Miles Standish, and I shall play the part of John Alden.
Oh, yes. He was the fellow who made all the speeches and ended up with nothing.
That's right. Sort of an early-day Democrat.
Yes.
Now, the part of the Republicans here. Now, the part of the lovely Priscilla will be played by our gal, Suzanne Ellers, and the special choral effects, as always, will be sung by our announcer, Mr. Howard Petrie.
Oh, James Melton would just hate me for this.
It's amazing the thing the rain washes down from the mountains.
Quiet, James. Maestro Baggi, overture for the opera.
Our opera tonight deals with one of the greatest love stories ever told. The story of Captain Miles Standish, John Alden, and the lovely Priscilla. It's a peaceful day in the Pilgrim village, but in the hearts of these 3 people, a fateful storm is brewing.
Oh, I'm the captain, and my name is Standish. My manners are good, but my face is outlandish. But in spite of my appearance, I'm a mighty big fella.
You can tell he's important by the size of his smeller.
That's me.
That's him.
That's me.
That's him. And I'm John Alden. I'm Standish's pal. I'm the romantic target of every Pilgrim gal. You can tell by my face I'm an early-day Sinatra.
Except for his haircut, and that ain't so hotra.
Tis too.
Tis not.
Tis too.
Tis not.
And I am the heroine. My name is Priscilla. You can tell by my figure I'm a real killer diller. I just passed 21, and that is a fact.
Just past 21?
She must have passed it coming back.
Did you?
Did not.
Hot tar, hot tar, hot tar, hot tar.
Listen, John Alden, since you're my pal, I'll tell you right now, I'm in love with that gal. Her skin is like a peach, on that you can bet.
Yes, just like a peach, sort of fuzzy and wet.
Tis not.
Tis too.
Tis not.
It is too.
I loves the gal, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm leaving the proposing up to you.
You're leaving it to me. Well, aren't you taking a chance?
You double-cross me, bud, and he'll have to take you to the nearest hospital and operate 40 times and remove the lead from your pants.
Oh.
Get her going.
Oh.
Get her going.
Hot tar, hot tar, hot tar, hot tar.
Now there's an intelligent comment.
And so we find John Alden Moore in Priscilla's living room as Miles Standish Durante listens through an open window.
Oh, Priscilla, my pretty little dove. I've come to your cabin for to speak of love. Now, I know that you're bashful and you're shy by a heck.
Who's bashful, bud? Come on, let's neck.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? He's getting hot and I'm standing here stewing.
Oh, speak for yourself, John. Don't be dull.
If he speaks for himself, I'll fracture his skull.
Now, wait.
Come on, John.
Now, wait.
Come on, John.
Oh, Priscilla, my shy little elf. I'm a-speaking of love, yeah, but not for myself. Captain Miles Standish is the man for you.
Captain Standish?
How do you do? Madam, I'm making my plea. I'm getting right down on my bended knee. I've got a soft feeling that's making me mellow.
Oh, get up, Miles. You're kneeling in her jello.
Hot tar, hot tar, hot tar, hot tar.
There must be some place he could go to be alone. Now tell us, Priscilla, what's your decision? Would you rather be mine or would you rather be his'n? I'm as strong as the wizard from the land of Oz.
Yeah, but most of your strength has gone to your schnoz.
Has not.
Has to?
Has not.
Has to. On the other hand, Prissy, if you want to be shrewd, you'll marry with me, because I'm a Hollywood dude. I wear perfume just like Hetty or Veronica.
It smells like low tide at Santa Monica. Just do.
Hot tar, hot tar, hot tar, hot tar.
I'll bet he has fun just tying his laces.
I'll tell you, boys, I love you like a mother, but I've already given my heart to another.
You're in love with another?
Who can it be?
Don't be silly. She's marrying me.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
She's marrying you. Can that be a fact?
Everybody wants to get into the act.
But you're not good looking, and you've got no dough. What did you say that made her love you so?
I said hot tar, hot tar, hot tar, hot tar.
Him and his big fat education.
Oh, Howard Petrie again with those 4 most Rexall reminders for the week. Remember Rexall Bismarex. Remember, Rexall is the complete line of top-quality drug products for every health need. Remember, Rexall drugs are sold only in a Rexall drugstore. Remember, Rexall for reliability. That familiar oval sign, R-E-X-A-L-L, is the surest sign of top quality in drugs and drugstores.
Touche, Professor Petrie, and I'd like to add, I do my shopping at a Rexall store. What I want, they got, and furthermore, hombre algo, he prefers them too. We buy Rexall, that's all. How do you do? Now, be with you when we're out of way. When we're, let me hear that high note, maestro. What a note.
A note of finality, Mr. Durante.
A note of conclusion, Mr. Moore.
Yeah, Jim, I guess that just about wraps up the tinfoil on tonight's little package. Say, would you care to join me at Ciro's now in a little game of fumbling for the check?
No thanks, Junior. I've met my master. But if it's a little snack you want, come over to my house. Why, it's common gossip that I brew the best coffee in Beverly Hills.
You do, huh?
Oh, yes. I use only the center section of the bean. Let me tell you the secret of coffee making, Junior. You know where the percolator starts to go plop, 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 plop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you open the top at that point,
yes,
you get it right in the eye.
Good night, Mr. Durante.
Good night, Mr. Moore.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash. Good night.
Well, Rexall for tonight, folks. So goodbye now for Suzanne Ellers, Roy Bargy and his orchestra, yours truly, Howard Petrie.
And Jimmy Durante.
And Garry Moore in person.
So until next Friday, same time, same Columbia station, good health to all from Rexall. This program is produced and directed by Phil Cohan. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And this is WCBS, New York. 10 p.m. BULOVA, Bulova Watch Time. America runs on Bulova Time.
Welcome back. Well, an interesting episode. Love their Thanksgiving opera. And of course, you've got just this very unusual setup between Jimmy Durante and Garry Moore. And it's unique with comedy teams over radio because most of the times when you have successful or somewhat successful comedy teams, during this era, there's some sort of natural pre-existing relationship, whether you're talking Abbott and Costello, or you're talking Lum and Abner, or Burns and Allen. The idea is that there's some natural point for these two people to be working together. Durante and Moore, it was not the case. In fact, they were separate guests on a program called the Camel Comedy Caravan back in 1943, when someone decided that it'd be interesting to have them on their own program together. Neither were quite sure of it. Durante didn't understand why they were putting him on a show with an unknown, and Moore thought he was being paired with a has-been. But they developed a very warm, both professional and personal relationship. And you have these very two contrasting comedy styles. You've got, Garry Moore, this young comic, and Jimmy Durante, the old vaudevillian. It's such a fun combination that somehow manages to play to both of their strengths. And of course, over time, Moore began to appreciate what Durante, really was, the talent he had. I was reading one book where, sometimes it seems like when it comes to Durante that he just comes up with these random ad libs. But that wasn't really the case. Moore actually told an interviewer that he had memorized so many jokes that he had told over his career, and would just kind of, he'd say, oh, well, this joke here I'm pulling out from the past. He remembered the joke. He didn't, make it up on the spot. So when he said things like, I have a million of them, He was exaggerating, but he had several thousand of them at his command. And whether it's paired with someone or on his own, Durante is always such a delight to listen to. He had really a reputation as a very nice man and just wonderfully effervescent just to listen to the way he performs. Just to listen to him really lifts my spirit. And I've said that I would gladly do a podcast where I went through all the old-time radio works of Jimmy Durante. And I hope that he brought a little smile to your face this Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great one if you're in the U.S. We'll be back next Wednesday with a special honoring Dean Stockwell, who passed away earlier this month, as we take a look at a performance he did during the golden age of radio. And I hope you'll be with us and enjoy it. We're back from hiatus with our Thanksgiving special, and today we're going to bring you an episode of the Hallmark Hall of Fame. The Hallmark Hall of Fame set out to tell true stories, unlike some of the previous productions like the Hallmark Playhouse. Hallmark Hall of Fame focused on true stories of real people, but it was hosted by Lionel Barrymore, who also hosted the previous Hallmark Playhouse. Let's go ahead and we will take a listen to today's episode. Original air date, November the 22nd, 1953. And the title is Squanto and the First Thanksgiving.
Remember, a Hallmark card when you care enough to send the very best. Tonight from Hollywood, the makers of Hallmark cards bring you an unusual true story on the Hallmark Hall of Fame. And here is our distinguished host, Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hallmark Hall of Fame, where we offer you true stories about real people. And tonight we're going to bring you one of the most remarkable stories from the pages of American history. You'll hear a dramatization of the Pilgrim Fathers' first Thanksgiving in America and of the courageous Indian who made it possible. The Indian's name was Tesquantum. He was called Squanto, and, believe it or not, he spoke with a Cockney accent. Now, you'll hear this amazing true story in just a moment. And now here is Frank Goss from the makers of Hallmark cards.
One of the particular joys of Christmas is sending and receiving Christmas cards. While the pleasure Christmas cards bring can never be measured, isn't it good to know that Hallmark cards are priced the same this year as they were last year, and the year before, and the year before that, and that the quality of Hallmark cards has constantly improved throughout the years? Yes, today, just as for many Christmas seasons, that Hallmark on the back of your card is looked for and welcomed. It tells your friends you cared enough to send the very best. Lionel Barrymore appears by arrangement with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, producers of the Cole Porter musical Kiss Me Kate, starring Katherine Grayson, Howard Keel, and Ann Miller. And now Mr. Barrymore brings you tonight's exciting story on the Hallmark Hall of Fame.
The Pawtuxet Indians had no calendars, and so the birth date of Squanto must remain forever mysterious. But this much we do know. In the year 1615, Tesquantum was a mature warrior of high tribal standing. He had a beautiful wife and 2 children, and an impressive string of wampum. It was in the spring of this year that he led 6 other Pawtuxet warriors on a hunting trip south, down into that region which we now know as Cape Cod. And it was while they were tracking a wounded deer through the great dunes that they spied a wondrous thing. It was the biggest canoe in the world, with great white wings. And from it came a smaller canoe containing white men. Now, Squanto and his friends had heard of the men with white skins, and they'd also heard of the strange and marvelous things to be seen aboard their great canoes. And moreover, the Pawtuxet warriors were honorable men and trusting. And this is what happened.
Ahoy there, Indian! Huh? Hey, want some pretty beads? Huh? Hey, looky, beads. Pretty, eh? You speak no English, I presume. I a finely built lot you are, too. Strong backs, well-thewed. Well, come out to the ship, me hearties. Ship, see? Out there. We make big powwow. Powwow. Oh, whoa. Huh. Oh, oh. Fine, fine. And about that like good bribe lads, huh? Helmsman, make room there. I'll wait till you Indians never saw a marvel to compare with Peter Hunt's frigate. All right, shut up there. And I'll wager they never saw even finely matched marvels to compare with you on the block at the Barcelona slide market. Last spring from Cathay, 5 lemon-colored princesses, and 2 years ago from Mozambique, 4 Nubians. And now from the wilderness of the New World, 7 red men. Look at them. They're strong, they're intelligent, they have talent, they can sing strange songs. So who'll start the bidding? Desist you! How say you, sir? I said desist you. Now, pray thee, Padre, in the name of the Almighty, I do protest this sale. In the name of the Church and the Crown, I forbid you to sell these men in Spain. And why do you forbid me this? Because they are of new Spanish dominions, and therefore are Spanish subjects. Now, Aki, Padre, I captured these men far in the north, up above the Dutch provinces. Thou art famed as a liar, Peter Hunt. Are we to believe ye in this? I tell you, Spanish souls shall not be sold on Spanish soil.
Peter Hunt took his 7 captives from Barcelona to London, and they brought him a good price, too. Squanto picked up a little English during the months on board ship, and because of this, he was purchased by Thomas Grotnick, a tavern keeper, who promptly renamed his place the Red Man and set Squanto to work as a waiter. Well, 4 long years rolled by.
You there! Squanto! By the ear!
In but a moment, good my lords. Good my lords, good my lords.
Hello, Squanto.
Well, bless my eyes if he done. Captain Hunt. What will you, Captain?
I'll handsome talk.
We've naught to talk on.
But you're wrong there, me bucko.
How so?
Word has come to me that you've been speaking of late on certain matters pertaining to your territory in the New World.
Pray elucidate. Which matters?
Gold, Squanto. Gold and emeralds and diamonds. Why does not tell me these things whilst we're on my ship?
In those bygone days, I commanded not the English tongue.
You know you're a valuable man, Squanto. knowing where all that gold and emeralds and them diamonds is.
Unhand my arm, good Captain.
A valuable man and expensive, too.
Unhand me.
I've reason to know you're expensive, Squanto. Tell me, my fine redskin, canst read? But a little.
This bill of sale.
Aye. Bill of sale.
Squanto, fetch me sack!
Fetch it thine own self, that one. The Indian's mine. Brought this hour from his master.
Well, you can buy me
Oh, what think you, Squanto?
It augurs ill.
Aye, it augurs good. Because you're going back to the new world, Squanto, on my ship. And you're going to show me just where I can find those great stores of gold and emeralds. And all them diamonds. Now look, you Indian. See you yet the spot?
Aye.
9 days have we fared northward along this coast. 9 days. And mark ye, be this a fool's errand, I'll sell you to a Madagascar galley.
Good, my master.
Huh?
Lend me of thy spyglass.
Think you see it, huh? Here.
Oh, it's a handsome glass.
Aye, but use it, man, use it.
Solid. And heavy, too.
Use it.
As you command. And now, farewell, Captain Hunt. Fare thee well.
They didn't try to follow him. There was no one to order them to do so. Captain Peter Hunt was dead. Squanto waded onto the beach of Cape Cod and struck out for his home in the Pawtuxet Indian tribe. But during his 6 long years of slavery, a plague had struck the Pawtuxets, had struck and obliterated every last member. His wife and children were dead. Now Squanto was alone in the world. Last of the Pawtuxet Indians, man without a tribe. He set off for the camp of Massasoit, supreme chief of all councils. All councils.
Strange story. Most strange.
What is to become of me, O Massasoit?
This quantum, you must find tribe that take you in.
But there's none.
I know, Massasoit.
Speak, Somerset.
Down at shore, new colony of Englishmen.
So?
They want interpreter.
They're starving. They soon be dead. Not need interpreter.
But suppose they conspire. If Squanto there could learn their secret.
Yes. This quantum, you go to English colony. They new here. Arrived last year. They like children. Like children, they not know how to fend for themselves. They're starving. Soon they be dead. Until then, you live with them as my ambassador.
In just a moment, we return to the second act of the Hallmark Hall of Fame. Do you enjoy saying Merry Christmas in a personal way to certain people on your Christmas card list? To a favorite aunt, perhaps? Or your family doctor? Or the little folks you're especially fond of? Well, if you do, here's something nice to know. You can select special Christmas cards for special friends or relatives at a store where Hallmark cards are sold. You'll find a wonderful variety of styles to choose from, really heartwarming cards that say what you want to say, just the way you want to say it. And here's an important plus. This year you can choose new Slim Jim Christmas cards to delight your dear ones. They're the brightest idea in Yuletime greetings because they're shaped in an unusual way. Each Hallmark Slim Jim card is taller and narrower than the traditional card. so it will really stand out in a mantel or table collection. And remember, the familiar Hallmark and crown on the back of each card you send will carry an extra measure of joy, for it means you care enough to send the very best. And now Lionel Barrymore brings you the second act of our true story of Squanto.
Squanto, the Pawtuxet Indian, was indeed a victim of life, sold into slavery, his family and tribe wiped out by plague. He was now an Indian without a tribe, and as such was dispatched by the mighty Massasoit to attend the gradual extermination of the Pilgrims. It was noon of a cold March day when he strode into the clearing of what we now know as Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Look you, William Bradford. From out the forest, an Indian. Carries no arms. Nonetheless, be wary. I will hail him.
How? A very pleasant afternoon to you, good gentlemen.
What? Well, it's impossible. A Cockney Indian?
I come in peace, O Englishman. And I wonder, could you direct me to the abode of Governor William Bradford?
I am Governor Bradford.
I bear greetings from Massasoit, Governor. He trusts the times find you and your people well.
Massasoit knows how the times find my people. But come, you've made a long journey. We must find food for you. What is your name?
'Tis Squantum, but I prefer to be called Squanto.
I'm Captain Standish.
How do you do?
How do you do? Squanto, yours must be a remarkable story.
'Tis, good Captain. 'Tis. And I'll tell it to you both.
Ah, yes, the plague. We were told of it. A like disaster swept our ranks this past winter. Many died.
It was not the plague so much as the hunger. Undoubtedly, Massasoit has told you of our tribulations. He did mention something. Yes.
The maize we planted withers in this sandy soil. Our nets are rotted. The very beasts of the forest hide from our guns. We have suffered much in the name of our divine Father.
But there's food all about you, good my masters. You have but to find it.
Oh, where?
I could show you. Let me see. How would you like a nice eel stew tonight? Enough for the entire colony.
Eel stew?
Don't twit me for a nonny, man. The eels are gone. Won't be back until next year. Captain Standish, you shall catch the first. I swear it on my head. Gentlemen, if you'll follow me.
All right, Squanto. Now, where are the eels?
Follow me into the water.
It's cold. Well, why don't we go farther down where it's sandy? This bottom is all muck.
Stand where you are.
Like so?
Like so.
And?
Stamp your feet deep into the muck.
Oh, now.
Do it.
No, this is trickery, Squanto. I'll have you. Oh, what's that? What? There's an eel. By the thunders, an eel, and I feel more.
You see?
You, there on the bank, all of you, into the water. Thanks to Squanto, tonight we eat. But that was good.
A fine dish, fine.
Have all been fed? To bursting, John Alden, to bursting. For this feast, dear Lord, we give our humble thanks. Amen. Amen. And now then, Squanto, you were speaking of maize.
It will not grow in this soil without preparation.
How do you prepare it?
Into each hill you must drop 3 grains of maize at a depth of 2 hands.
Huh?
Then on top of them you must place a fish.
A fish?
Yes. It seems to feed the seed and induces it to grow strongly.
Yeah, we'll do it. Squanto, something confuseth me.
Yes?
I'm a bluff man, and I like to speak straight out.
Do so.
You were sent here by Massasoit to watch us die, weren't you?
Well...
Weren't you?
Yes.
And yet you have decided that we should live.
Yes.
This will not go well with Massasoit.
I know.
Well, then, why are you doing this?
I was an Indian without a tribe. That is a terrible thing. But now, as of this day, I found a tribe to my liking. You, Pilgrim Englishman. Let us say I have adopted you. Having lost one tribe, I do not intend to lose another.
Squanto?
Yes, Governor.
My hand. And welcome to your new home.
Eagle has spoken. Spirit of water has spoken. Dark king that live in white forest has spoken. Tes quantum traitor. Tes quantum die.
Captain Standish.
What will you, John Olin?
Indians. 20 or 30 of them, armed.
Fetch my blunderbuss. I'll soon settle this. Oh, and bring Squanto. I'll need an interpreter.
Massasoit. Let's say one. Oh, take Cree.
He says he brings this knife from Massasoit.
What am I to do with it?
He wants you to cut off my head and send it back.
Well, I'll not do it.
The alternative may be war.
If they want war, they can have it. I'm ready.
But the knife?
Well, they can pull it from out that tree and take it home. Come, Squanto, we've work to do.
You're not afraid to turn your back?
Squanto, I've been a soldier all my life, all over the world. Nothing rattles the enemy like a man who is contemptuous.
And that you are.
That I am. But why, the heathens here. Squanto, help me stand my supporting fork in the earth. Now we lay the blunderbuss in the nut.
You got to kill?
Now I'll put the fear in them, that's all. I'll just blow on this punk here. Touch the powder pan. Will you look at them go? Ready, down!
They are famed runners, good sir, but I fear they will return.
That's it. That's it. 8 feet high and sharp at the top. That's the way to build a stockade. Every able-bodied man turned out for drill this morning, just as your proclamation said.
That's it. Governor.
Over here, Squanto. What is it?
This. They threw it down before our gate.
What is that?
What has he got there?
Tis bad. Tis evil. Throw it away.
A dozen arrows tied together with the skin of a snake. What does it mean, Squanto?
It is a declaration of war.
Oh? And what are we to do?
The tribe receiving it must send it back with the arrows. This means it's been received and understood, and the receiver is ready to fight.
Oh, but we're not. The stockade is only half finished. What if we don't send it back?
That signifies you are already defeated. They'll come and kill and burn.
How think you, Squanto?
I have an idea. It has never been done before, but it might work. We will send it back to them, but we'll do it with a difference.
Hear, almighty Massasoit, is white man answer.
Still some answer. Oh, even answer. Here, you, O chiefs of tribes, see, white man's answer.
They have sent back snakeskin and arrows, but within skin of snake, they have sewn bullets and gunpowder.
Is white man magic? Throw on fire. Let God speak to Massasoit. Gods have spoken.
What do they say we do?
We go to camp of whites at sunrise. Look you there, Squanto. Yonder come Indians, many.
Yes, I see.
Think you it augurs war?
I wis not. Nay, not war. Marry, see you in their arms.
Hail!
They bear corn. 'Tis the time of the corn god feasting. They would feast with us.
Ah, and we with them. Yes, Squanto. It shall be a feasting of peace. Aye, and of thanksgiving.
And so were blended the customs of the American Indian and the deep religious beliefs of the Pilgrim Fathers, blended with the first Thanksgiving. And thanks to the courage of Squanto, the colony was to survive. But his story ends here. For shortly thereafter, the Pilgrims harvested their first successful crop. He took ill of influenza and died. And the Pilgrims buried him on a gentle slope overlooking the bay. On those cold, bleak shores, in the year 1622, Governor William Bradford of the Plymouth colony spoke these very words.
He hath brought us through the valley of depression. He did defend us from savage enemies. He did show us whereof to eat. He did bring us the beast of the forest that we might have clothing. Receive him, O Almighty Father. Receive this savage, Squanto, this red man of the New World wilderness. For without his mighty spirit, thy pilgrim colony should have perished long ere now. Amen.
Tonight on the Hallmark Hall of Fame, we honored a man most of us weren't too familiar with. Well, next week we're going to pay tribute to one of the most brilliant, fascinating, and versatile men that ever lived, Benjamin Franklin. Well, more about that in a moment. But first, here's Frank Goss to tell you how you can send your friends a Christmas card, a Christmas gift, and a Christmas decoration all in one.
If you'd like to delight your friends with a decorative Christmas present you can mail in an envelope, here's exciting news. Now you can choose from 3 Hallmark Christmas cards that are really Christmas gifts. They're the Hallmark Christmas Stagecoach, the Hallmark Christmas Train, or the Hallmark Sleigh, which is a copy of Santa's own. Now, each of these festive greetings comes flat for mailing in its own envelope, and each one can be set up in seconds to hold all the other cards your friends receive this season. An ingenious idea? You bet it is, because these bright Hallmark cards are gifts, too. And they are sure to have an honored place on a mantel or a window ledge where they will remind the receiver of your good wishes all through the holidays. Best of all, each of these special Hallmark cards costs just $1, complete with envelope. So why delay? Plan now to select all the Hallmark trains and sleighs and stagecoaches you'll want at a store where Hallmark cards are sold. You can count on it. Each one bears the familiar hallmark and crown, the symbol you look for on all your cards, when you care enough to send the very best. And now here again is Lionel Barrymore.
You know, Frank, listening to you tell about that new Hallmark Stagecoach made me think back. I believe it was Charles Dickens who first made the stagecoach such a popular Christmas symbol. It was in Mr. Pickwick, I think. Yeah, sure it was, Mr. Pickwick. Dickens wrote about the coach bringing folks home to Dingley Dell for the holidays. And this new Hallmark Stagecoach is a wonderful replica of the old Christmas stagecoach. Why, you can almost hear the crunch of the snow under the horses' hoofs. Well, there's even some poultry for the Christmas dinner hanging on the outside. I think these Hallmark cards that are also a gift and a decoration, like the stagecoach and the train and the sleigh, well, I think they're a really fine idea.
They certainly are, Mr. Barrymore, and surprisingly, they cost only $1 apiece.
No. Well, now about next week's play. We've heard lots of stories about Ben Franklin, the statesman, but we're going to tell you a story about him that's both amusing and dramatic. It's called The Misunderstood Man, and it has to do with the lightning rod and Ben Franklin's one-man fight against the very institutions he'd founded. It's an exciting, entertaining, and revealing story. So be sure and be with us next week on the Hallmark Hall of Fame. Remember, you're also invited to the Hallmark Hall of Fame on television every Sunday, starring Miss Sarah Churchill. Until next week, then, this is Lionel Barrymore saying good night.
Look for Hallmark cards that are sold only in stores that have been carefully selected to give you expert and friendly service. Remember, a Hallmark card when you care enough to send the very best. Our producer-director is William Gay. Our script tonight was written by Wilbur James. Squanto was played by Ben Wright. Featured in our cast were Raymond Burr, Ted DeCorsia, John Daner, William Conrad, Jack Edwards, Lawrence Dobkin, and Peter Leeds. Will you cause a traffic accident during the long Thanksgiving weekend ahead? This year, the National Safety Council predicts a heavy holiday death toll. Here's how to help avoid it. Allow plenty of time to get where you're going. Know and obey all traffic laws. Read and heed traffic signs. Remember, the life you save may be your own. This is Frank Goss saying goodnight to you until next week at the same time, when we'll tell you a little-known incident about Benjamin Franklin. And the following week, we'll tell you the actual story of Major Charles Yeager and his flight through the sound barrier. The week after that, we'll tell you about the founder of the famous Peace Awards, Alfred Nobel. And on December 20th, we'll again present Mr. Lionel Barrymore's traditional appearance as Scrooge in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol on the Hallmark Hall of Fame. This is the CBS Radio Network.
This is KMDC, Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome back. An incredible story, and it really does shed some light. Also cut against some of the presentations or explanations of Squanto that I received when I was a kid from various forms of entertainment. Because he lived a very rough and challenging life, but made some choices that, pushed the whole direction of the American continent. In many ways, this story reminds me of the feel of Cavalcade of America. Cavalcade of America had left the air in March of 1953 over radio, although they would do some television, and in some ways, Hallmark was kind of stepping into that space for those sort of inspirational stories over radio. They got a top-notch cast for this, and that is kind of one benefit of the later golden age of radio, is that you could get a lot more of these people on the same production than you could when you're in the mid to late 1940s and you have all of these different productions running at the same time. Just a superb cast, William Conrad, Raymond Burr, John Daner, so many legends of the medium. This is also very late in the life of Lionel Barrymore. I was actually surprised listening to it because his voice has a good deal of frailty. Of course, at this point he was 75 years old, so that's somewhat understandable, but his voice had remained pretty strong and had that same timbre even into the 1950s, listening to some of his work on the Dr. Kildare radio program. Barrymore would continue to host the Hallmark Hall of Fame until shortly before his death, a little less than a year later. Overall, though, I thought this was a great Thanksgiving episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next month with our Christmas specials. I think we'll be having 4 episodes for you. So I look forward to being with you then. A reminder that you can subscribe to the podcast through Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, and whatever other service you might use. If you do have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter @Radio Detectives, and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.